Oh my goodness, hello.
Hello, can you hear me?
Yeah, I can hear you. Can you hear me?
Yes, I can. It was my inflection that fooled you.
Hello, 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 hello. Thank you so much for joining us again on this fine, fantabulous show that we like to do every week. My name is Kelly Wright.
And I'm James Ernest, and we are here all week, the weekly podcast that reminds you that rare does not always mean good.
Rare steaks are delicious. Rare diseases are not.
Diseases are not. That's right. They're much harder to treat than a rare steak.
They are. Rare steaks just basically are on your plate.
A rare steak, you can just send it back to the kitchen and ask them to cook it.
To cook it more. A rare disease? We're dealing with lots of doctor visits and a lot of questions.
I'm sorry, Kelly. You have spondyloesophagitis, and that means that you're going to have to take these big pills and drink lots of water, and we'll send it back to the kitchen.
Oh, well, you have Frito toe, and we don't know what that is right now.
It's called Frito, and you get it when you go to...
You get an extra toe.
Belize. That's right. You come back and you're polydactyl.
Buy one toe, get one free. Free toe.
Well, Kelly, it's time for our opening segment, Conversation Starters, sponsored this week by Glum. Tonight's conversation starter comes from searching for conversation starters for pets and seeing what that gets us. What should you do if a bear approaches you?
Oh, my gosh. Offer it some tea. Maybe some toilet paper. I've seen that on television. You know, it's what I call the ass bears.
Oh, right.
Yeah, the ass bears.
They're the Goldilocks bears. They want things just right.
God, I know I'm going off on a tangent here, but those stupid cartoon commercials with the ass bears and the toilet paper in the woods, it just enrages me. Anyway,
I pay for too many premium services to ever watch a commercial again, and I feel pretty proud that I don't know what the hell you're talking about.
No more ass bears. If a bear approaches you, the first thing I've read about, I've never had a bear approach me, but make yourself look big first. You got to make yourself look really big, arms up. And,
Adrian, I did fighting for you, Adrian.
And then if that doesn't work, oh well. Say your prayers, write your will, you're out of here.
Right. Choose a deity and choose carefully.
What is it?
Well, my answer was more along the lines of your first answer. In my opinion, first you should qualify the bear with a series of questions that establish its intent, its basic outlook, and its ability to pay. And ask yourself if this relationship will benefit you and the bear. If not, thank the bear for their time and wish them a pleasant evening.
You know, that was written into the script of The Revenant, but it was edited out.
Right, because this CG bear had too much AI, and it just went. It went for the CG DiCaprio and tore him to shreds. It's a shame, really, because that could have been a really sort of a touching scene. Janice and the Dozens, please tell us what you do when a bear approaches you, and if you're not too busy sizing up the wildlife, please consider supporting us on Patreon. Join our Baker's Dozen, the innermost of the inner circles of fans of Here All Week. The link is in the thing, and now it's time for our non-repeating bonus opener, 6 good questions to ask a bear. I'll open the questions, and Kelly, you can role play as the bear. Are you ready?
I'm ready.
Question 1, how did you hear about us?
Oh, well, I was walking through the woods and I saw you. I didn't hear anything about it.
Are you the decision maker of your sloth?
I'm kind of a loner at this point. I was a decision maker and now I'm on my own.
Well, that's good. I'm sure your family was delicious. What problem are you trying to solve?
I'm trying to solve getting something in my belly ready for hibernation.
What have you tried in the past?
Oh, I've tried berries and little tiny animals and picnic baskets, but you look juicy.
Question 5, is doing nothing an option?
Oh, yeah, it's all the time. Oh, yeah, that's exactly your goal.
And question 6, how quickly are you expecting to see results?
Oh, within the next few seconds, actually. So let's find out how this works.
Yes. Well, there's nothing that sets the mood to be torn apart by a bear like a few simple questions that get down to the heart of the issue. How are you today, Kelly?
I'm doing good. Thank you, James. It was a productive day today. Yesterday was really productive. I am feeling my age in my muscles. I was doing a lot of lifting heavy things and setting them down, going to the storage unit, packing more boxes. But I feel we got a good pace going. So countdown is 25 days.
To moving to your new
to
home.
moving to the new home. So I'm going to put Post-it notes up on the fridge with numbers on it, and I'm just going to keep ripping them off so we can stay on track. But 25 days can go very quickly. So it's,
and the sequence of numbers can be hard to recall. I understand the Post-it note thing entirely because I guess they sell whole like booklets of these numbers. They have little squares representing days, and you can use a marking device to tell yourself which day it is. It's all quite complicated. For someone who's gently digressing into retirement, the time of day and the day of the week matters less and less to me. I've managed to live without such devices for quite some time. What day is it? What year? I feel like I've been deposited here by a time traveling device and have no idea what's happening.
That's an okay way to live. I got this device from a guy named Greg Orion, and he gave me this page that has numbers on it. Greg Orion was really great in tracking days and numbers. So
I don't know Greg. Is he a Seattleite? Does he live around here?
No, he's an older guy. He's from way back.
He's from Italy. It's way back in the Italy part.
Way back in the Italy part. James, I know you're still in Vegas, and you are well aware that Vegas and Arizona, or Nevada, Arizona, a couple other states, get their majority of their water supply from Lake Mead, right?
Yes, they have. And Lake Mead is now being redesignated a national puddle.
Yeah, it's really, really dropped in water, like really unprecedented water shortage around the Colorado River. So now that the lake is dropping even further, a body has shown up. So this is what's going to start showing up in the lake. A person who was spending time at the lake this past Sunday afternoon found a barrel. The person could see the remains in the barrel because it was corroded, and investigators believe the body to be that of a homicide victim from the 1980s based on the evidence recovered.
That's cool. So it's now Unsolved Mystery Lake.
You got it. So you all are drinking filtered body soup, basically. What? A body of water near Las Vegas that was run by crime syndicates? What? Are you kidding me?
I definitely do filter the water before I put it in my body.
Excellent. So,
but honestly, things die in all water. Like that's what the ocean is basically just made entirely of fish urine. So I don't know that Lake Mead is specifically to be denigrated as the home of murder victims when things die and fall in water all the time.
Of course. However, the officer Spencer said the barrel was likely dropped hundreds of yards off the shore back in the day, but that area is now considered the shoreline with how much has dropped down. So they're going to do some investigation to see if they can identify this person. But the water is it's a resource for 2.2 million people in southern Nevada, including Las Vegas. So that's a lot of people. Anyway,
well, as of tomorrow, it'll be 2,1,999,999 because I am getting on an Alaska Airlines flight if the pilots don't go on strike, and flying back home to my cold basement where the water comes from the mighty Columbia River.
The mighty Columbia River and the watershed from the mountains around it. So there you go. James, they're predicting another surge. This is the opinions, but they're predicting another surge of COVID in the summer, especially in the summer states.
I thought you meant they were bringing back the energy drink called Surge, and I would love to have maybe a few new flavors and some more of those really touching ads they used to do.
No. They're expecting, as far as with the hot temperatures in the south, that more people will be staying indoors because of air conditioning, and they are expecting a surge of infections at that point. So do be careful. Y'all who are in the south.
I only go to public areas that are not air conditioned to specifically avoid that.
Great. Speaking of heat waves, temperatures in parts of India and Pakistan have reached record levels.
Oh, I saw those pictures. They're running out of colors for the graph.
They pretty much are. Last month, New Delhi saw 7 consecutive days over 40 degrees Celsius, which was 104 Fahrenheit, 3 degrees above the average temperature for the month of April. And the heat wave in Pakistan, where the cities of Jacobabad and Sibi are in the country's southeastern Sindh province, with record highs of 116.6 Fahrenheit. So they're roasting over here. So I'm wondering if that is the harbinger of bad news. Heat.
You think it'll be a hot summer?
It wouldn't surprise me. It wouldn't surprise me.
Well, every summer is the hot summer. Every summer is a hotter summer. I wouldn't be surprised either. I wish there was some science on this changing climate that we have.
Hold on. Slow down, Mr. Greenbelt there. Slow down.
It's time for a little armchair science. Here's what I think.
Okay.
Everyone just needs to be issued a large folding fan.
Oh, that's a great idea. And you're talking.
You could get it. You could give them away for free. The government could sell advertising on the fan. So when you open it up, like glitter falls out and it says like Nike or McDonald's or Sparkles or whatever they sell. Yeah, like a NASCAR, but like a fan. And then you wave it back and forth and cool yourself off, and eventually that cools off the whole world. That's my science.
I'm liking this idea a lot. We could learn all sorts of different fan snaps like you see on RuPaul's Drag Race, so we get all sassy with it.
We could develop a whole new language, a fashion of fan snapping. Absolutely, of course.
There was something like that. Wasn't there like a fan language at one point, I believe? I mean, seriously.
Yes. Well, there was both a serious one and also Phil and Kaya Folio, I think, made a video of the secret language of fans.
Yeah.
That was quite humorous.
Okay.
and not true.
Not true at all. But no, if I remember correctly on some historical stuff I read, that there was particular fan language so that women could talk with each other in crowded situations, or at least signals and things like that. Fascinating. And I bet they were cool and comfortable in their many layers of garments in the summer. I bet they were.
I've always been curious what women talk about in their secret codes, but they sure have them.
I wonder why.
Why. I don't know. I'm not the sort of person that you need to keep a secret from, Kelly.
Well, we'll just see about that.
We'll just see about that.
James, I want to share with you that another Guinness Book of World Records has been set. Ding, 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 ding.
Oh, I love the Guinness Book of World Records segment of our program. What is it now? Is it longest line of tallest people or tallest line of longest people?
Nope. It's a Chihuahua. A Chihuahua has set the world record as the oldest living dog.
Oh, the oldest living dog at the age of 17.
He was born on January 9th, 2001. So
I was close.
Yep.
What does that make him? That makes him 20.
He's 21 years and 80 some days, something like that.
And does he still hero that Taco Bell?
I'm sure he does. I haven't been able to hear him talk, but his day, this little sweet dog's day, consists of a morning walk and then his favorite snack, a slice of turkey. Mm-hmm. And he goes on a few more short walks and then lies next to his owner while she's working. That sounds just like my day. I go on a walk, I come back, I get a slice of turkey, and I take a nap.
Wake up, get a coffee cake, take a bath, take a nap. That's my day.
Take a nap, stretch out a bit because the bones are old. Yep.
Stretch out those old bones. Yeah. I don't know that Chihuahuas do a lot of stretching. That would make them larger dogs.
Well, it's not like the rack kind
They're
of
tiny little bird bones. They have hollow bones, but Chihuahuas can fly if you throw them hard enough. Isn't that true?
I shouldn't be laughing at that joke. Come on.
I don't know much about dogs.
They don't fly.
But they do have a secret language. Well, no, but the little ones do. They have, like I said, they have bird bones. They have hollow bones, and they make the bird noises and flap around and gently get off the ground. I mean, not for long distances.
I don't know what.
That's armchair science. That is a patented armchair science. Whatever I can imagine in my head must be the truth.
Armchair veterinary science. No, actually, looking at pictures of him, he looks great. I mean, he looks really good.
So you think he's going to keep setting the world record every day?
I think he is. Every day he's going to keep setting it until, it's time to go to the Rainbow Bridge.
The number of dogs older than you never goes up.
It's true. The dog that I grew up with made it to 20. So he was an old thing. He was blind. He was, couldn't move so well, but he sure liked his kibble and he sure liked to go outside. So
does the longevity of dogs mean we need to recalibrate the length of a dog year? Because, people are always throwing around these ages that they have in dog years, but what is that based on? Where is the metric standard dog year? Where's that kept? Where's the bell jar that contains the standard dog year?
Well, the bell jar is kept in a veterinary clinic in Wisconsin that has a crystal from a planet that controls the longevity and the years aging of a dog.
Right next
That's
to
where
the Wisconsin
is.
Pet Accelerator, where they
Exactly.
slam small animals into each other and see if they can make them into even smaller animals popping off the side.
And that's the AKC breeding secret there, folks, in Wisconsin.
Wisconsin, we just make them smaller and smaller. We're making Higgs boson dogs
Pretty
now.
soon they're going to be like little finger monkeys, like those tiny little monkeys. You'll just have a little dog.
They're flying squirrels that travel backward in time. Briefly, only briefly.
Oh, what a weird glitch in the Matrix that would be. It's like, did you see a squirrel? It's like, no.
Usually when you're attacked by flying monkeys, it means they changed something.
Oh, let's take a break.
I heard you breathing in, and I thought, well, what's Kelly going to say? What's going to happen?
Just getting ready.
It's me. This episode of Here All Week is brought to you by Glum, the Disappointment Warehouse.
James, I am sick of waiting forever after I order something online.
Me too, but when I order something from Glum, the internet's leading disappointment warehouse, I don't have to wait because I know I'm going to get nothing at all.
Nothing? How does that work?
Folks, are you tired of waiting for shipping confirmations and tracking info on a dumb thing you impulsively bought last night?
Why even wonder? When you order from Glum, we guarantee that your package will never arrive.
Let's face it, when you click on something from a social media ad, it's probably not something you need.
You instantly regret buying it, if it ever shows up at all.
You worry over the shipment until it gets to your house, and even then it probably won't fit or work or taste good or be actual size or whatever it was supposed to do.
Who needs aggravation? No, let me do that again. Who needs the aggravation?
So instead, skip the tracking and the worrying and go straight to the disappointment with Glum.
Glum is a no-service, no-account, picture-clicking wonderland where you can impulse buy the things you don't need and then be sure they will never get to you.
Glum is always here to fill up your feed with stuff you don't need.
Stuff that only looks good in pictures. Stuff your mom would never let you buy. Stuff just like other stuff you just bought.
So click your little clicker off with Glum.
Now Glum lets you save even less than before with our new Pay More, Still Get Nothing program.
Pay far more than is reasonable for crap you'll never get.
Love those sexy leather boots? They sure do look perfect on your Facebook feed.
Right between your mom's Duolingo update and your brother's latest conspiracy theory about beer nuts and the South Pole.
Are beer nuts small because the bottles are small? You're welcome. Let's be honest. Those boots will never look good on your feet because they will never even see your... Let's be honest. Those boots will never look good on your feet because they will never even see your feet. And that's because you ordered from Glum.
How about these steampunk goggles, hilarious cartoon underpants, rainbow shoelaces, a toy stagecoach with a real shooting gun?
We've got clickable pictures of all that crap.
Plus a real enough website where you can spend your money for nothing again and again.
If you order 2 of the same things, you can fail to get the second one for only half price. And not shipping is always free.
Are you sick of ordering from those other shady internet dealers where the towels or toothbrush holder or desk lamp or whatever don't look remotely like the picture?
With Glum, you'll never know if the things look like the picture because you literally won't get anything at all.
Our patented waterline pricing algorithm is tailor-made to your lifestyle, pricing items just a few dollars below the minimum amount that you'd bother trying to get back.
That's science.
So shrug it off and just keep shopping with Glum.
Glum, we make one thing, and that's disappointment.
Just click anywhere in your feed or visit us at glu.mm.
Glum, the Disappointment Warehouse.
We also do steaks.
Do they?
Well, they do. They do have pictures of steaks.
Do. Let's put some air quotes on it.
Do.
They do.
Do.
So, are you familiar with like Wish or?
As you can see, the answer to your
Shein?
question is yes.
Yes, of course you are.
Oh my
What do you remember what your most disappointing purchase was from Wish? Do you remember?
I don't know if I can even. So I know. I think we talked about it on the show actually last year. I ordered from one of these fly-by-night organizations, and they had a picture of a really cool-looking Bluetooth keyboard, and I ordered one, and what I got was completely another thing. It was this tiny little chiclet keyboard that looked nothing like the picture, and whatever, it was $60. Do I care? I guess not enough. I got a thing. But no, I've had just as many orders go completely missing, and the algorithm knows my limits because I'm just like, I don't care, write it off. It was a stupid thing to buy, and now I'm glad I don't have it.
Yeah. I've done some ordering off Wish, and it's the picture's completely deceiving. They rip it off from other artists, and then of course the thing you get is like some shrinky-dink version of.
Right.
Of
I got a shoe brush, and imagine in your head a shoe brush, right? It's just a wooden handle with black bristles coming out the bottom of it for brushing your shoe, right? Now hold up your fingers to about how long you think a shoe brush is.
Well, about 8 inches long.
About 8 inches long. That's about right. So you're thinking, I'm going to buy a shoe brush. Because, Dad always had one of these in his shoe polishing kit that he would haul out from under the bed once a week to polish his leather shoes, whatever that means. I've never done this, right? But my shoes got dusty, and I was like, all right, let me just get one of these things off Amazon. And so the one I got is... it's like a dollhouse thing. It's it's probably 3 inches long, right? It's a perfect miniature replica of an actual shoe brush. And once again, I'm like, well, this was $6 or whatever. It will brush a shoe. It just isn't like the size of my hand. I guess. Yeah. I guess I'll keep it. Why not?
Tiny shoe brush. How
brilliant world we live in. Can you imagine if that happened in a real brick and mortar store? If you if you picked up the real size shoe brush, ran it across the scanner, and then dropped it in your bag, and then when you got home, you realized it was tiny.
Yep. Hold on. Technical.
Your lights have gone off, Kelly, and now I'm vamping as you crawl around on your floor in the darkness.
Sorry about that. Hang on. What's going on here?
What's going on? The dog got at it again. The dog's been biting on the things.
No, actually, what happens as far as folks in our audio portion of the show, the confusion that you're hearing is that where my tower is located, my foot is right near the power plug, and I kicked it, and so I lost.
What did you unplug?
My computer, not my laptop, my tower in my studio.
But what does that do for us?
Well, it allows me to record on my laptop the show, and then the computer I have in the studio allows me to bring up pages of news and tidbits and things that I talk about.
Oh, so we lost our link to the news.
I lost my link, James. I'm floating out here without a net. That's what I'm doing.
How are we gonna do the news trivia? How are we gonna do the
news
of the week?
I don't know. Hang on. Let me see if I can pull up.
Oh, the news of the week is starting to sound a lot like the news of last week. Every week, it's just the Ukraine and the COVID, and
it's still
not
the
going
Ukraine
away.
And the COVID, and the government. Bad. Oh, speaking of that, today.
Yes, thankfully we do still have a government.
Today, Judge Alito. It's been reported by Politico.com that Judge Alito drafted a Roe v. Wade page about overturning Roe v. Wade today. That was just found out about today.
What is like a little how-to, like a little doc?
Talking basically from what it appears.
A 17-minute YouTube video about how to undermine the health and well-being of half of America's population.
Pretty much. What it seems to be is that it would remove it as a constitutional thing because, according to him, it doesn't belong there and it needs to be a states' rights issue instead. So, yeah, but it would be really great.
That argument worked for slavery for a while, too.
Until we put something in the Constitution that said, nay, 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 nay. So I need to dive into it further and see what further ramifications. But on the quick overview that I thought, I was like, the Supreme Court is looking to return it back to the states, which has implications all over the place. So me and my friends are already talking about doing covert transports from states that we know for a fact that will just shut it down. And so we're like, we're not going to let these people die. So. Yeah,
those states, in my experience, tend to make laws against doing that, which is completely the opposite of a states' rights issue. But that's how things go down. It sucks.
Yep. So that's what that is. Anyway, that was the last news information I had. And then I brought up the trivia I was going to ask you for this show.
I am ready.
Okay, since our sponsor was Glum, the disappointment warehouse, in regards to nothing gets delivered to you, we're going to talk about something that has problems delivering stuff to you, the post office. Post office trivia. You ready?
I am.
Take a guess on the USPS on how how many addresses they deliver to across the country.
Okay, let me just Google that quickly.
Right.
No, how many addresses does the post office deliver to every day? Yep. 250 million.
You know, if this was The Price is Right, you would have lost the showcase. You were about $100,000, $100 million. Anyway, you were over $155
Those aren't the
million.
rules. Those aren't the rules. Okay. 150. Well, so
155 million.
That's not so bad.
No, it's not so bad. It's not so bad.
I was assuming that there were corporate addresses that outnumbered the number of people, but then I sort of forgot that some people all live in the same house.
Of course. The largest post office is the James A. Farley Post Office, located in which city?
Boston.
No, New York City.
Sure. Of course it's New York. New York has everything.
Of course they do. 393,000 square feet in size.
Yep, and still just one little old guy throwing stuff into the bins.
Exactly. Take a number. Take it. Are you picking up? What are you doing? And the smallest post office in Ochapee, Florida, and it is only 61.3 square feet in size. Teeny tiny post office.
How do you even hang pictures of criminals in a place that small?
Do they do that anymore? I haven't seen that in my post office, the most wanted list. I haven't seen that.
When's the last time you were in your post office?
A week ago.
Okay.
Yeah,
I haven't seen it. They don't got the wanted posters?
They don't.
I wonder if there's a new method for communicating information and disseminating it more effectively than hanging it on the wall in the post office. I guess we'll never know.
We'll never know. Nope. The United States Postal Service processes what percentage of all the world's mail?
25.
40%.
40? That's a huge number.
40%. That is a huge number.
So do you think that means that people in China just bring their mail to the U.S. to be processed and then take it back to China?
I don't know. That's a very
Do they
good
just
question.
not write letters overseas? How do we get 40%? I mean...
armchair post office theory.
Wait a minute.
yeah.
Wait a minute. Bulk mail. That's what
You got
it
it.
is.
I believe it's bulk mail. That's exactly what I think it is.
It's the Sunday coupons that I get in my mailbox every week that I never respond to.
That I never
There's a recycling bin right next to the mailbox. Chook, goes right in.
Let me tell
one.
you, more frustrating than anything. Well, there are several things more frustrating, but however, going to the post office and or the post box and it's full and you pull it out and 90% of it goes right into the recycle bin. It's like, that's so frustrating. Can we just stop that?
And yet, if it stopped, you'd think, don't they love me anymore?
Yeah. The oldest post office building in the country has been continuously in operation and is located in Hinsdale, New Hampshire. When did it open?
1851.
Ooh, you're in the right century. 1816.
I'm in the right
You're
century.
right there. You're
Well,
right
that's
there.
that's a long century. I was off by 30 some years, so I wouldn't. That's a lot that you could build a post office in that time.
You could. Now, the lowest post office in the country is located at this location, and it's also the hottest post office.
Well, it must be in Death Valley, but I'm guessing it's going to be in Sac NORAD, 50 miles beneath the Colorado Rockies, where it's heated up by the mantle of the earth.
Magma. No, it is
plumes of magma. With freaking lasers on their magma.
No, you were correct in your first answer. Death Valley. It's 282 feet below sea level.
Below sea level, and they still get mail.
And they still get mail. And this is one thing I learned not too long ago. I was like, wow, no wonder they keep hiking the prices of stamps. The United States Postal Services doesn't receive a single what to help with operations.
Duck. They do not get any ducks to help with operations, and it's probably wise because ducks are not helpful. They just run around screaming and making a lot of money.
I would put a little mailbag on them and have those little floppy cheese feet just run around on the cement.
Right. Sure, because Brownie in motion is almost the same as following a route.
Cute little flappy feet.
One tax dollar is probably
tax
the answer.
Dollars.
They
don't get tax dollars.
Blank. No,
right.
That's right. And they're not meant to make a profit either. People have a strange relationship with the post office, don't they?
They do. It's not supposed to be a for-profit, but you would think some taxes would be thrown its way as far as to help keep prices low. But
no, what the government does for the post office is appoint people to be in charge of it who don't like it, but who also don't understand it well enough to dismantle it.
I see. So, can we go back to, God, it was just pneumatic tubes all over the place. Just forget the post office.
Right.
We just have pneumatic tubes.
Giant tubes, just ducts running everywhere and boom, like things coming out of the tubes. That's, before the internet, there was that. There was tubes everywhere.
There was tubes everywhere, and there was strings and cups before the internet, too.
Right. You'd pull a little tighter if you wanted to hear better. You'd pull tighter on the string, and you could talk to your neighbor.
Ahoy,
all night long for free.
Yes. There was that reminds me, years ago when I worked in radio, we did a joke commercial called "Cable for Your Car." So you get a 200 feet of coaxial cable on the back of your car. So yeah, it was. We cracked ourselves up with that. Anyway,
that sounds like it was a really funny thing, Kelly.
It was funny. Thanks for letting me go down memory lane on that one, James. Thanks so much. James, what you got coming up this week?
Well, I'm flying home to the basement, and then it's going to be Carol's birthday next weekend. So I think we're going to celebrate by watching TV. I actually don't know what's on the calendar for the birthday.
Speaking of television, there is a new Star Trek series coming out on May 5th on the Paramount channel, Paramount Plus, and it is going to be the prequel to the Star Trek with Captain Kirk. So this is going to be how Captain Christopher Pike got his start, and how Spock and Uhura got their start before they became super popular entities on the original Star Trek. So I'm interested. I'm game.
I'm a lot of seasons and series is behind on the whole Star Trek thing.
Great. Well, you just strap yourself in and just take a look.
I recognize a lot of those names you just said, but I thought Enterprise was the prequel to the original series. With Scott Bakula as the world's first starship captain.
Oh, no. We're going back to William Shatner days, where the very first episode of Star Trek with Gene Roddenberry had was...
Right, but isn't Enterprise set before that?
I don't... that's a very good question. Star Trekians, Trek fans, I'm so sorry. I don't know. So there you go.
You're bringing the trivia here. All I've got is my rattly brain.
Yeah, I do know that the first episode of Star Trek was with Christopher Pike. So
who invented the warp drive, Kelly? This is me qualifying you as a Star Trek fan. Also, have you tried doing nothing? Do you think that doing nothing is an option? Who invented the warp drive? You have 5 seconds.
I don't know.
Zephram Cochrane. Now get out of my comic book store.
There you go. Oh, let's see. This week, I guess I'll be reading up on Star Trek just so that I don't...
I should bloody well hope
so I don't mess that question up at the next trivia game I'm going to. It's just the same status quo. I mean, it's good. Packing boxes, moving stuff. That's it. And talking with the contractor, they have finished ripping up baseboards, and now they're going to go paint. They're going to start painting in the house. So there you go. Are you looking up information? That look on your face is like you're looking up information. Is that what you're doing?
Yeah.
Maybe.
Perhaps I'm learning more than you can possibly know.
Well, I guess we'll have to take over the world in spurts as we learn new things.
Okay, but where are we going to find the time to watch all these goddamn Star Trek shows?
Stop watching Better Call Saul.
I did. I got to the end of season. I got to the end of season 5 of Better Call Saul, and now I'm holding my breath for them to finish season 6.
Just read up on the Trek fan stuff. Get caught up just reading, and then you can jump in on the new show.
But I'll tell you, Glum is jumping into my feed with all these links to details about season 6 that I don't want to see. I believe I'm starting to learn through osmosis story elements of the show, the part of the show I haven't watched yet, and it's driving me nuts. And then when it's driving me nuts. And then when I get out of that, I'm going to go back and watch Breaking Bad again, because there are a lot of callbacks that are written into the new series because it's a prequel to the old series.
Oh, yeah.
And watching it again is going to be like, oh, that's who he's talking about. That's crazy.
Yeah. Yeah. Anyway.
Yep.
Yeah. Thank you so much for joining us today. It was a roller coaster of a show. I love it. We were all over the place. There was so much improv. We laughed. We had so much fun. With hands free. Keep your hands inside the car until the ride comes to a complete stop. Thank you so much for joining us today. As always, be kind. Be kind to yourself. Be kind to your friends, your family, your community. We are all going to it, through it, and on it, for it, with it. Tell your friends and family about the podcast. Get them to listen to the podcast because we love new people. Like and subscribe, become a patron, watch us on YouTube. So many things to do with this show. It is a buffet of entertainment. Seriously. My name is Kelly Wright.
And I'm James Ernest, and we're here all week.